गुरुदेव के श्री चरणों में श्रद्धा सुमन संग वंदन, जिनके कृपा नीर से जीवन हुआ है चंदन. In times where there is no physical presence, no eye contact, mics muted, videos off, so many crucial elements of traditional teaching methods absent, we bring to you the Triple T Vodcast series, Teacher Taught Talk series. It is a tribute and a gesture of gratitude to all teachers, especially in light of approaching Teachers' Day.
Triple T is an endeavor aiming to highlight the quirky and lively bond between a teacher and a student, which rests upon the foundation of trust and respect. This podcast will focus more on students and teachers moving beyond classrooms and getting candid over learning, education, and life, thus strengthening the.
Very well said, Soha. Soha Jagtap is currently a grade 12 student here at BKBPS. She is the former school captain and she has also been a part of this institution for the past 13 years. Since a young age, she has been involved diligently in numerous school activities like debates, elocutions, exhibitions, and especially Model United Nations.
Thank you, Maitri, for the introduction. I feel pleased to have Miss Maitri Arwari share the dais with me today. A friend and an alumnus of the school who graduated just this year, she was the school captain for the academic year 2018-19. Throughout her journey at BKBPS, she has not only been exemplary in academia, but has also won laurels in various extracurricular competitions like debate and drama at inter-school as well as interstate levels. Without further ado, I invite Maitri to introduce our first guest for the day.
Thank you, Soha, for the wonderful introduction. For the very first episode of Triple T, we have amongst us a distinguished alumni of our school, Miss Mrunal Sakarkar, who became a school alumnus in 2012. Fun fact, she was the very first student to be enrolled in school with ground registration number, or commonly known as GR number 1. Mrunal loved science and mathematics, and hence it was natural for her to pursue a degree in pharmaceutical sciences, graduating from Institute of Chemical Technology, ICT, Mumbai. She completed her master's last year from University of Pittsburgh. Currently, she works as a pre-doctoral research associate at Adimab LLC in New Hampshire. Occupied by COVID-19 research, her company focuses on antibody drug discovery for various targets. Soha, could you please introduce the next awaited guest?
Sure, ma'am. Today we also have with us a stellar teacher with a vibrant personality, Mrs. Anupama Pai, an organized professional who worked with BKBPS as a biology PPT from 2000 to 2016. She has various laurels to name, like being part of the team that helped the school in receiving ISO accreditation, working as an internal ISO auditor, also being a member of IQAC and governing council for the school. She has also been active in organizing scientific exhibitions at the school. Apart from teaching, she is a keen environmentalist and a culinary enthusiast. So, I invite you to ask Anupama Miss her first question.
Anupama Miss, what are your emotions coming back to this place where you have taught for 16 years?
Nostalgia. It's a very tricky business. So, lot of emotions. Like it makes you laugh, it makes you cry at the same time. So, wonderful moments. When I reflect, I cherish all the moments that I had spent in the school with my colleagues, with my seniors, and with my students. So,
ma'am,
it
has barely been a year. I mean, barely been any month since I've left school, and I already miss it so much. So I can get the mutual feeling.
And Maitri, it's been like I have left the school, but I have been a part and parcel of this school in some way or the other, and still I continue to be a part of the school.
Yeah, it is very evident, Miss. It feels like we've just been in classrooms yesterday and now we are here. So, could you please ask the next question to Miss Mrunal?
Yes. Everyone misses school dearly after leaving. Miss Manal, do you have a memory of the school that you cherish and which brings a smile on your face when you think of the old days?
I'm sorry, so could you repeat the question? I believe we are facing some connection issues.
Everyone misses the school dearly after leaving. Miss Manal, do you have a memory of the school that you cherish and which brings a smile on your face when you think of the old days?
Oh, there are a lot of memories. Um, some of the more cherished ones would be when we got a free period and we would just go outside in the rain and play on our beloved playground. I would say, like, yeah, those memories really are really close to my heart, because as much as we loved studying, as much as we um, respect our teachers, I would say those times when um, I could really just, break away from our daily routine, when we get a free period and you just step outside, it's raining, and you just have fun on the playground. I would say those are some of the most cherished memories.
Yeah, Miss Mrunal, I believe that so many students across so many different ages can resonate with your thoughts, because free period and going out is surely the best part of school, I would say. Miss
And
Mrunal,
I would like
it's
to
been,
add, sorry,
yeah.
I would like to add, as much as the teacher scolded us, I know underneath all that, they really wanted us to have fun.
Yeah. Miss Mrunal, it's been 8 years since you've left school. Yeah. So how does it feel to come back to your alma mater?
I did have a brief visit last December. It was super brief. And I couldn't meet everyone at school, unfortunately. But coming to the school, it is a feeling of familiarity and not so familiar, because the main building obviously still stands there. But the school is, uh, by leaps and bounds, the school is advancing so much in all the different fields. And it is really great to see the school transform in all these good ways. So yeah, I mean, there is nostalgia, because like whenever we walk along the corridors, we're like, okay, this is where we used to, um, sit and have lunch. This is where we used to hang out with my friends. This is where the teachers punished us, but then again, it's just great to see the not so familiar aspects of the school, which are all very great. And yeah, it's all kinds of feelings, just as Anupama has said.
Wow.
So could you please, take from here?
So my next question is to Anupama Miss. Ma'am, when you work and associate yourself with a place for a long time, you form fond memories and learn through innumerable experiences. So would you like to share some of your takeaways from BKBPS in terms of learning and experience?
Yeah, Sora. During my entire tenure with the school, a lot of learning experiences I got. Like when I joined the school, I was just a postgraduate coming and teaching in the school. So my principal, he had put me in, I was habituated to teach in higher classes. And the moment I entered the school, and I was put in standard 1 for taking a class. So it was a test for me. Like, first of all, I was very puzzled, like how to handle these small kids who are just running around. It was very difficult, and it was Mrunal's batch. This was the batch which I faced. So I have very fond memories with these children. So Mrunal Sakharkar and Sabrina Jojwala. So these are the people who are there with me, and I got to learn a lot from these children. It's usually teachers who teach kids, but I got a lot to learn from these students. So I had that habit of, I still write in script, and I was given a EVS class, and I started my lecture, and I started writing on the board. I explained something to them, and still these people were not sitting in their places and just moving about here and there. And then I just started writing something on the board. And I was amazed. A child just came near me, tugged at my sari, and asked, Miss, where to write? So I was shocked. I said, oh, you start writing from here. What is so difficult about it? And I started writing from here because I was so used to handling higher classes. I never knew that by teaching, we have to get down to the level of those kids and then teach them, then explain them. So these were some of the things. So like I was shocked, like children also don't know, okay, when they come from junior KG to senior KG and when they come to first, for the first time they're writing in their notebooks and all in a very proper manner. So I was not knowing this. So when I saw that, I realized, see, I have to come down to their level and then teach because every time the page got completed, a child would come up to me, Miss, where write in whatever English they could speak. So that was the kind of so that was one of the experience that I got, and I realized you can't teach from here. You have to get down to their level and then teach them.
That is such a beautiful answer, ma'am, because when you get to the grassroots level, you actually get to experience how children are. And that is why I think teachers deserve the most respect because you have so much patience to handle them. So, Maitri, after this question, I'd like you to ask the next
Yeah.
question.
It is actually so lovely to see Mrunal Sakarkar Miss and Anupama Miss here. It's like we are coming in a full circle, right? When Anupama Miss started teaching Miss Mrunal Sakarkar's batch, and now we are here. She's here as an alumni, and you're here as a teacher. So it's lovely to see coming us in full circles. Miss, having shared your valuable experience, Anupama Miss, do you miss school?
Yeah. Of course, I miss school. Now when I teach my daughter, I'm busy with Rohini because she's giving her 12th now. So when I teach her and when her online classes are going on, and if some of the teachers are not putting that kind of effort, it's like, shall I go and tell them, do this, supplement this with a visual aid, supplement this with this, so that children, they actually feel and they understand the subject better. So that is always there and it will stay with me till the end. I do miss teaching.
Yeah, so the inner teacher comes out.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So Anupama Miss, it just seems like yesterday when we come to this topic of teaching that you taught me biology in grade 9 and you instilled such a passion for biology in me. You inspired so many students and we are very interested to know how did you discover your calling?
Sorry, what?
It seems just like yesterday that you taught me in class and instilled a passion of biology in me. So you inspired so many students and we're very interested to know how did you discover your calling? How did you discover your passion for biology and teaching?
Yeah. I may sound a little cliched now. I always wanted to be a teacher, Soha. I felt that it is one of the quality which is there within me. And I wanted to make some sort of impact in others' life. Try to ignite some sort of spark within the children. Get surrounded by love and feed your creativity and learn something new every day. So these things are associated with teaching. So I always felt that, yes, I wanted to be a teacher and teach.
Wow.
And the rewards must be very fulfilling when it comes from students.
Now, when I see Mrunal, as you know that I'm there on Instagram and Facebook. So when I see my children doing so well, it is a very fulfilling experience for me. And it's very satisfying to see our alumni, children doing so well in all these fields, whether it is aviation, whether it is defense, whether it is medicine, whether it is engineering. So you feel very happy and you feel very proud that, yes, we have taught these kids and they are giving back now to the society. It's really fulfilling experience.
Yeah, that is great. Now that we're talking about inspiration, I come to Miss Prunal.
Yeah.
So, what inspired you to work in such a crucial field of drug research?
So that's an interesting story. I have been fortunate to have had a taste for, taste of different things in the world of science. So as I said, I started off with engineering. I never imagined that I would end up in the pharmaceutical sciences field, because to date, math and physics are my favorite subjects. Um, um, but yeah, I mean, I would say I took the right opportunities at the right time, and you have to be receptive to what other things are being taught in class. So for example, even though my degree was in pharmaceutical sciences, whenever I had subjects in biotechnology, I would still obviously pay attention to that, and it kind of piqued my interest in that field, and I wanted to kind of enter the field of biologics over time. And I knew that with my background, it would be difficult to get a job, in that direction. So I started looking for other kinds of opportunities, and the current position that I hold at IDMAP was a perfect segue for me to enter into the field of biologics, and proceed from there. And I would give a lot of credit to the people that I surround myself with, who have helped me overcome my inhibitions, or the challenges that we feel that we experience on a daily basis. So most importantly, it was my team at IDMAP that kind of pushed me in the general direction of the antibody research. So I would credit them with that. I mean, it's not like I always dreamed of doing this. It's just taking the right opportunity at the right time.
Yeah, it's when you're surrounded with so many inspirational people, and life is unpredictable. It can change its course anytime. So now that you were talking about your job, you are a pre-doctoral research associate, and you must have a lot of workload. But has it changed anyhow, somehow during the pandemic, or is there any sort of pressure or time limits about researching for COVID-19?
Yes, I would say we certainly have been busy since the pandemic started, because my team in particular is extremely involved in the research and the development of these biologics. And I would say I haven't really, we did have a week of summer shutdown for my company, but other than that, it's been very busy. But my bosses, they work harder than me, so that inspires me more to keep working on. And whenever I talk to my friends, or friends and family, everyone is like, "Oh, you're so fortunate to be able to go to work. We are stuck here at home." And that is absolutely true. Otherwise, I would have gone crazy. It's good to keep busy, and I feel very fortunate to work with a wonderful team of people who are working extremely hard to solve this problem. And I mean, it's been busy but fun. It's a learning experience every day. I never thought I would be working with viral proteins, and now I love reading about these different articles, and it kind of gives you an appreciation for the work that other people in the field do, because it's based off on their their research and their experiments that you build off for your work.
Okay. So the whole world has eyes on the drug research team. So we wish you all the very best for your work.
Thank you.
All the best. So my next question is to Anupama Miss. So every profession has its pros and cons. So what would you consider to be the best and the most challenging part of being an educational professional, especially in biology?
In biology, what I feel in teaching, the most important part is like you have to cater to the need of every child in the class. Okay, getting everyone on the same page is very difficult. So I feel you have to use different methods by which every child in the class is able to grasp that particular subject. Okay, when it comes to biology, so maybe use of models, maybe use of videos, maybe use of some PowerPoint presentations. Okay, because unless and until some sort of visual aid is shown to the kids, children may not be able to grasp the content better. Okay, so getting everyone on the same page and then imparting knowledge, I feel that is a very crucial part.
Wow. I really admire that because even as a student, when I was your student, I remember you taking up all sorts of creative things to make us understand the concepts better, and it's really admirable how people manage to do that. So I'd let Maitri take over now for the next question.
I would like to add. I would like to add
Yeah, yeah.
something
Sure.
in favor of Anupama Miss. She was one of those teachers who, even though they break down content for you so in the way that you can understand, but she also always treated us as a respected individual. That's something I really admire and respect about
Thank you.
you. That
Thank
we
you.
were never that we never felt that we were never made felt that we are just children and that we don't know anything, you know. It was always there was a mutual respect always, and that's rare.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely an honor to have been worked with a teacher like you, Anupama Miss, or been a student from you. Yeah. So, Soha, you know, quarantines could be called incomplete if one didn't make dalgona coffee or get some baking done.
Yes, coming to that. Anupama Miss, your portfolio mentioned about you being a cooking enthusiast, and we'd love an insight into your cooking adventures and your emotions regarding the topic.
Yeah. Before that, before the quarantine, it was not that I was not cooking or anything, but then I had to keep myself engaged in some kind of activity because of which I could get some positive vibes at home and to all for my family members. So I have fallen in love with the food presentation actually. I feel it's a very important aspect of cooking, which is often ignored. And I feel that food presentation is the key for pulling all the five senses into the essence of cooking. Okay, so I feel that you must hear the food when it is being cooked. You must smell the ingredients. Okay, you must, what do you say? You should feel the texture of the food and allow the taste to come, and you say a visual taste of the food should be given before it hits your tongue. So my stress is now on food presentation, and which so that you feel your food is very delectable and very what do you say, very appetizing.
Wow.
Yeah.
How you
A
met?
side note question to both Anupama Miss and Miss Brunal is that did you guys make dalgona coffee?
Not me, but my friend made it for me, which was very delicious, I must say.
Yeah, so we need to also be updated with the current quarantine trends.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
yes, Anubhav, miss, the photos that you post on Facebook are just so pretty.
Yeah, I just absolutely love to see Miss your mouth-watering dishes on social media. Yeah. So, now that we're talking about homemade food and home, I would like to come to Miss Ronal. It's been a while since you are living far from home. So, what is it that you miss the most about home?
I miss sitting down with my family, watching TV and having dinner together. I miss that. And I know everyone's going to see this video, but I would still like to say that my parents enjoyed watching Doraemon and Power Rangers with me and my brother. So those are, I absolutely miss that.
Yeah, it is sometimes the small things that you really miss.
Yes.
So now coming to this unprecedented situation of COVID, Anupama Miss, I have an interesting question for you that through the years, you have been in various positions in the field of education. So what advice would you give to us students, high school students especially, about adapting to the current scenario as a teacher?
I would say for the students, I can just advise you like do the best that you can. Excel in whatever you are doing, whatever you are good at. Okay. And you know once what particular career that you have chosen. Okay. And take proper guidance from your professors, your guides, your parents, your well-wishers, your teachers, and stay motivated about it. And unlike earlier times, we know that the spectrum of career has tremendously increased now. That's all.
Wow.
Especially since we're talking about the pandemic, it can be so demotivating. Students can get screen fatigue. They could turn their videos off, or they could lose motivation.
Right.
So it is important to stay connected and try to keep motivating yourself. It is absolutely important. Miss Mrunal, as someone who was not a student long ago, you've been in our shoes. What advice would you give to students of today?
First and foremost, discipline in your life. It may sound a bit harsh, but you have to be disciplined about certain things, like, no matter what time you get up in the morning, you should get up at the same time. Second thing is being kind to yourself and those around you. Don't be too hard on yourself. Things always get better. And third, reach out to your friends and family if you're going through something, and as Anupam has rightly said, the spectrum of opportunities has widened like anything in today's world, and more um, parents are being supportive of various career decisions. So it's important to reach out to the right people to get as much information as you can. The internet is a great resource. You have to make use of that. I think that's what I'll say. Reach out and talk to people. Do not underestimate the power of social connections. Always reach out, talk to people. And as the pandemic has shown us, humans are social animals, and if we don't get enough social interaction, it can get really challenging professionally as well as personally. So yes, be confident and be hopeful. The future is going to be bright.
Wow. Spoken well, Mrunal. Spoken well.
It can cause mental or physical claustrophobia. So reach out to your friends and family.
Yeah. So my next question is to Anupama ma'am. It's amazing how people are rediscovering themselves at home, having realizations about stuff like family, bonding. So what would you say are your realizations at home? Some new learnings?
Yes, Soha. One thing that I realized during this pandemic is you need to have hobbies. You need to have which keeps you busy or which keeps you engaged. Okay. Hello.
Yes, yes.
So as I'm doing it now, getting engaged in yoga, getting engaged in cooking or gardening. I've developed an interest for gardening. So all this, some way or the other, by which you engage yourself and keep yourself very positive throughout this pandemic. That is very important. So develop hobbies which can we can get engaged in it, and which gives you lot of positive vibes.
Yes, I agree.
That is one way.
Yes, it is important to keep your mind always running and engaged and on the move.
Yeah.
Correct. And the other thing is spending quality time with your family is very important. Hello?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Realize,
so that is one more. You realize that, yes.
Yeah. So
family is everything. You have to spend time.
Yeah. Thank you, Miss, for the question. Now we come to the last question. So our last question is heart to heart about you and your attachment to the school. The BKBPS family is always open to new and newer and intellectual suggestions and ideas. We'd love to have your views or additions that you can put to the school so that the school becomes better even more. I would like to invite Anupama Miss to go first. What additions would you add to the school that are pre-existing?
Maitri, I feel already the school is doing everything, because after I left the school, I find lot many additions in the school activities and all. So it is striving its best to keep abreast with the changing trends and setting examples for others to follow. So additions, even I will have to think about it more.
Oh, Miss
Because the school is
Mrunal.
already doing the
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had asked me this question maybe, I don't know, 10 years ago, I might have had a few things to say. But from what I'm seeing, that the school is trying to, or is making its mark, not just on the local city level, but on the national level. These kind of accreditations and these kinds of recognitions are really important, and they really help students in the future. And that's something that the school is doing, which I'm really happy about. The next thing is extracurriculars. Just having a lot of activities is not enough, but to showcase that talent outside of school, and again getting recognized for it, that's something that the school is doing, which I'm extremely happy about. Other than that, I would say I'm kind of up to date about whatever the school is doing through the Facebook page. And yeah, I think the school is on a good roller coaster ride right now, and it's only going up and up, and that's good to see.
Yeah, and only because of these reasons I feel very proud to be a part of this institutions.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And I'm
yes.
like,
Me too.
the
Me
one
too.
time that I visited recently, I would say the school is always very receptive to any kind of suggestions, and comments that we have. And yeah, I feel comfortable enough to just call someone and relay any suggestions that I might have in the future. But at this point, I would say the school is doing really well, and I'm really happy. And I would like to say that I would be willing to help in any way that I can.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mrunal. Thank you, Anupama Miss. Beautifully answered all the questions. These were some delightful moments that me and Maitri had the pleasure to share with you today, with a respected and relatable alumnus like Miss Meenal and a revered teacher like Anupama Miss. I think I speak for everyone here when I say that teaching is the most noble profession, because holding someone's hand right from their formative years and bestowing knowledge upon them, making them realize their potential and having faith when no one else does in them, is the highest form of selflessness and commitment one can have to society. With this, we conclude the first podcast of Triple T, and we look forward to having you for our next session. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
for having us.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mrinal. Thank you, Maitri.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shiva.
Thank